So hey guys, here we are one more time, and I hope you're not getting tired of me speaking English here. So today we have glutes with Trino, one video especially for the ladies, although men should train gluteus as well, okay? Gluteus are really important muscles. Every time for the men, for example, who think that you don't need to train gluteus, every time that you pick up a dumbbell, a heavy dumbbell from the floor, you're gonna use your gluteus to lift it. So train it. First exercise, sumo deadlifts. Why did I choose that? Because it's a really heavy exercise with really high activity on the gluteus because of this the sumo stance, that the feet are wide. I want you to notice perfect physiologic curvatures of the spine. They are totally preserved, okay? She's not rounding her back at any moment. She's not doing this with her neck. This is really important, okay guys? Always keep preserved, completely preserved, the physiologic curvatures of your spine. Trust me, you will not regret, because if you don't do it in the future, your spine will pay the price for your mistakes, let's say. Right away we moved to the hack machine. You can see that her back is not against the pad of the hack machine. Why is that? I'm trying to put the load on her shoulders. I'm trying to project it. When she goes down on the squat, this load will stay over her knees. So remember, in the abs video I spoke about the resistance arm, this concept that I didn't remember exactly in English to explain. The further the weight stays from the axis of movement, the more torque that axis of movement will produce, which means if the weight is over your knees, you're gonna have more activity in the gluteus. If the weight is over your gluteus, you're gonna have more activity in the quadriceps, okay? Then we did a superset. Right away, you can see she's going with her back on the bench. We did the hip thrust, okay? Again, another exercise with high activity of the gluteus. This is a great exercise, and again, I insist, physiologic curvatures of the spine absolutely preserved. Right away, we moved to the leg abduction. This one here is the only exercise that you can do for gluteus that is totally isolated, where there's absolutely no activity of the quadriceps and the hamstrings, okay? You will see that her gluteus are not, she's not sitting down, she's a little bit up on the bench of the machine. Why is that? When we already hit, let's say, the gluteus in its totality with the other exercises, then I put her up to make her hit a little bit more this upper portion of the gluteus. And we did a superset with the same movement, the hip thrust, but this time on the floor, and using the technique of eccentric failure. She will push her hips up with absolutely no resistance. Then I am, with my hands, I put my hands on her pelvic bones and I am squeezing her down, okay, to make her exactly resist my force. Again, to failure as usual. But Bryan, why did you choose that? This is just one demonstration for you, first of all. Second, this is just one technique to make the glutes, especially for women, For men, it's not that interesting, but for women, every girl, I think, wants to have these round and beautiful glutes. So this working on these superior fibers of the glutes is gonna help you to create these more round glutes. Then we moved to the walking lunges. I want you to notice here that she's not walking, she's not taking the steps with her legs straight forward. She's going a little bit, taking one step to the side, another step to the other side, just like a nice skater, okay? Why is that? When you're going straight forward, there's a great chance that your knees will do this, they will come in, okay? You will put your knees in a forced knee valgus. This is one concept of anatomy that it's extremely harmful for your knees, and this is extremely common in women. These knee valgus, you can see many women all around with a natural knee valgus that can come for many reasons. Sometimes it's weakness in the gluteus, sometimes the problem is in the ankles, okay? Sometimes your feet are a little bit pronated, people who step with the feet inside. So this can have many causes which have to be fixed before you start training full power. Otherwise, it's a mechanism of injury and you will have problems in the future. So that's why it's not easy to do physical training. That's why I always insist that you need a professional help. It's not only just going to the gym and lifting the weights, you can hurt yourself. You'll see in the video that she's taking 4 steps and 2 squats. 4 steps, 2 squats. This is just, again, another technique to intensify the exercise, because when you're taking these lunges, these steps, the leg that is going forward is working, but the leg that's behind is resting. So we make these 2 squats just to intensify a little bit more. And I want you to notice that her body, she's leaning her body forward again to put the overload, which is the barbell, and gravity is going down. You can never forget gravity in your trainings, to keep this load exactly over her knees. So this way her gluteus will have more activity. Now here we have one superset that we did for abs. You're gonna see it in the video, sorry. She's basically raising her legs, not allowing her hips to touch the floor, because every time that you touch the floor, you're gonna lose tension in the abs. I wanted to keep her abs under tension as long as possible. So she did 15 reps, she was exhausted already. Then we made superset with her legs on the floor this time, and her head between her hands. This is also, when you put your hands up, it's gonna be one extra load, one extra weight far from your abs. Remember the biomechanical concept. So it's gonna make your abs work harder. That's it. You're gonna produce more torque in your abs. Consequently, the work is gonna be more effective. Now I want to call your attention to one exercise that is being really propagated in the social medias, especially, and that I see lots of women doing it in the gyms. It's these crossover lunges. I asked Rivo especially to do a few movements so we could tape and show it to you. Crossover lunges. What is happening in these crossover lunges? They have the prerogative of working, intensifying the work of the gluteus minimus. okay? But I'm here to ask you, at which cost? Okay, you will see that through the video. He's crossing one leg over the other. If you take a quick pause on the video, you will see the position that his knee is forced to be, the position that his hip is forced also. Consequently, his spine is also forced to bend a little bit to the side of the leg that's working forward. This is just terrible, okay? Your knees, they are made to do basically this here. That's it. Every time that you put your knee in a knee valgus, you are under the risk of a serious injury. You can have a meniscus injury, you can have, especially women, ligament injury, okay? Cross ligament, anterior, posterior. So this is really serious. This is something that the fitness celebrities, they are posting on the social medias, but the thing is they have no responsibility with you, okay? Every time they post something like it, they know that people will copy, but they just don't care. That's the truth. They want likes, they want to sell their products, and they don't care about your health. This is not healthy. This exercise can cause you serious injuries. Your knees and hips, they are not made to be in this position with overload. I have seen girls doing this exercise with 20, 25, even 30 kilos on the back. Then you say, Bryan, 20, 25 kilos, it's not that much. I have seen guys squatting with 500 kilos. Trust me, these 20, 25, 30 kilos, they can cause a hell of an intradiscal pressure in your spine, okay? Repeating the movement, it's 25 plus 25 today, 25 tomorrow, 25 the other day. After a few years, it's gonna be a few thousands of kilos that you're putting on your knee, that you're putting on your hips and on your back. This can be extremely harmful for you. So there are other ways to work on your gluteus. Women, stop doing this crap. This exercise is absolute crap. Don't do it. Your knees are not made to do it. Again, your hips are not made to do it. Even your ankles are in bad position, your spine is in bad position. Don't do it. Go for the squats. You're gonna have a hell of an activity in your gluteus if you do deep squats. Go for the leg press. You will have a hell of an activity in your gluteus if you bring your knees to the chest, if you work in your maximum range of motion. You can see Rivo in many angles doing the exercise, and you can see how out of balance his body is. So that's my message. So one tip that I can give you, if you, especially for women, if you want to split your training 2 days, for example, for legs, the best, in my opinion, one of the best solutions you can find is split it in 1 day for basically quadriceps, the other day for gluteus and hamstrings. The hamstrings, they will participate in the co-contraction of the gluteus. So it's in my point of view, it's more interesting to work this way and put them one far from the other. If you train quadriceps on Monday, train your gluteus on Thursday, Friday, to give some time between the days for your body to rest. Because on the day that you work your gluteus, your quadriceps will be working as well. Don't forget that. All these training routines that you are seeing in their channel that we are talking about here, don't try to copy either. I made these routines for their body types. Rivo's body type, Trino's body type. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be good for you. You can have some kind of postural deviation or anything else that can compromise your structures your joints, your muscles, etc, etc, etc. So don't copy. Try to search for some professional help, get in contact with a trainer, whoever it is. Make sure it's someone who has really studied for it, okay? And that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope you understood the message, and soon we're gonna have a little more videos to you. Stay strong, good trainings.